And with great power comes great responsibility, Peter Parker. Yes, they actually did that fucking reference in this episode. It wasn't exact word for word, but you might as well said Crowhead said those exact lines from Spider-Man. So I'm like, what? So, really? We have another Nightcrawler. We have a Rogue. I mean, seriously, they're making this so easy to compare to, like, X-Men. I'm like, oh my god, it's just, wow. Seriously, this is a good anime. Now, I want to bring up a couple things before I start talking about this episode. I want to talk about a couple of different things that happened last week in the last episode. Okay, so a lot of manga readers from last week told me that that episode that we saw last week took place, like, towards the ending climax of an arc of this series. I'm guessing one of the latest chapters in the manga, and it pissed off a lot of manga readers. Now, remember, this is coming from my perspective as an anime-only watcher. I did not know that. So I'm sorry if I offended any manga reader. I did not know that that was that far into the freaking series. So, supposedly, most likely, manga readers are probably going to be very iffy or very weary of this series now that they decided to do something like that right at the beginning of the first episode. But so far, I want to ask all of you manga readers real quick, please do not spoil, but I want to ask you, was this episode done properly? Was it paced properly? Was it the correct chapter? Did it start off like it was supposed to do? Please let me know in the comments below. That's something I really want to know, because I don't know if they're really handling this anime well, if they're willing to skip to the ending climax of an arc in the first episode. So just please let me know that information. So anyways, let's begin with the review. So we find out in this episode how the Espers get their powers. They have these like flying goldfish enter their body, and it gives them different unique powers, which is really interesting getting to see this, because there's a bunch of goldfish floating in the sky, so most likely that means there might be individual different powers in each one of those goldfish, which makes it really crazy, because I mean, a bunch of different Espers can pop up with individual different powers. Now here's the thing, okay? How do these goldfish, give people their powers? I mean, they entered Rinka's body in this episode, and you saw her get her, like, go through walls ability, go through objects, phase through objects ability, like Rogue. But seriously, where did these goldfish come from? I mean, seriously, where did they come from? Why are they there? What, did this just start happening? For instance, if people just start getting, like, Esper-type powers, did this really just start in the series? We don't technically know in the timeline how long, I'm guessing Espers have been around. I'm guessing they're just now starting to pop up, and it's starting to get unique, because clearly in this episode, Black Fist, the girl that can, has, like, boxing type, attacks, and she can go invisible and all that, she supposedly says that they're magicians, okay? And so most likely she doesn't realize what she is, so she thinks she's using magic, which, logically, I guess you could say she is using magic. But here's the thing, okay? I mean, how long have these Espers been around? And how long have these goldfish been floating in the sky? Where do they come from? Big question right there. We need to know more about that. But overall, this episode, main focus was introducing Rinka, our main female character, and our other main male character. I think his name is called Crowhead. That's exactly his name. Really cool. I like his character so far. We don't know much about him, so his personality is not the best at the moment. But we do know he has a Nightcrawler ability. And then Rinka, on the other hand, that beginning of this episode with that fucking fan service, I was like, what? The fan service threw me for a loop. I did not expect fan service like that, and it definitely was shocking, probably for a lot of different people that are watching the series. I'm not saying the fan service was useless. I liked it. Being honest here, I like the fan service, but one thing I will say, the fan service is to show off that she can phase through any objects. She can even phase out of her own clothes. And so that's probably going to be a huge problem in the future. Because, I mean, imagine, okay, she couldn't control her powers. She's just walking down a busy street, okay, in Tokyo. All of a sudden, she starts phasing through her fucking clothes, and you see her clothes fall off, and she's naked in the middle of, like, a busy street. That'd be kind of awkward if you think about it. And then you have the father of Rinka walking around. He's fucking Magneto. He's just having metal coming towards him, all that. You see a fucking ball of cars, dude. That was great. That was great. I love getting to see it, because Magneto is one of my favorite characters besides Nightcrawler, and getting to see something like that, powers linked towards that, it's just definitely awakening my inner X-Men fanboy and Marvel Heroes fanboy, just because of getting to see these different powers that really link to those comics. Overall, this episode did the trick. It got me into the series. It showcased more of the world aspect besides nothing but fighting and violence, which the first episode was good. It was to showcase exactly how serious this series is going to be in the future. This episode is mainly just to show the characters, which is fine. I like the animation. The animation held up in this episode, so I don't have any complaints from the animation, so it looked good. The backgrounds look nice. The music is beautiful. Love that fucking opening song. Love that freaking ending song. Oh, Dude, that ending song is beastly! Beastly! Seriously, did anyone else hear that? That ending song is just, woo! Probably one of my favorite ending songs from this anime season. Now, personally, I say I will recommend this series to other people. It has been a very good start, but this is coming from an anime-only watcher, so I don't know how they handled this episode compared to the manga, but it was enjoyable. I enjoyed watching this. I had great fun. It was great fun getting to see these type of powers, and then that reference at the end of it with Peter Parker. But besides that, let me know your honest opinions on this episode of Tokyo ESP. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What's your favorite moments about it? What did you feel about this development with all these different X-Men type powers? What do you feel about our main female character, Rinka, that can phase through walls, and she kind of reminds me of Rogue from X-Men since her hair goes white? What did you feel about this male Nightcrawler? We don't get to see the female Nightcrawler, but we get to see the male Nightcrawler. Oh, actually, I want to bring up something before I end this video. Okay, so supposedly we see a male Nightcrawler in this episode, but we saw a female Nightcrawler last episode. Now, does this mean that more than one person can have the same power? Is that actually what it means? Or was there a different ability linked to that girl being able to teleport around? Because it was nighttime, maybe she can teleport or travel in between shadows. That could be possible, I don't know. But either way, I'm just very curious exactly how those powers work, because since we technically did see two similar powers, I wonder if, you know, they could have two different powers, like the same exact powers to two different people, because there is multiple goldfish, okay? And can the same goldfish go inside of another person and give them that exact same power? Because if it could, that seems like, oh shit, there could be like another Rogue, there could be another Magneto, stuff like that. So, anyways, tell me your thoughts on that entire theory I have, or your take on what I just said. I love all of you so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.